Yeah, look at that. Hey guys, and welcome back to Ellie Knows Rocks. Today I'm gonna go rock hounding for some pyrite. That's right, I am going back to the Black Pearl mine to go check out pyrite. And I will be taking a rock hound with me today. So thank you so much for being part of this adventure, and let's go see what we find.
Woohoo, I bet I got you there for a second. And I made it in one piece. And now check this out.
Yeah, he's a big one. He can't get. Oh, you think he can get out?
Oh, I imagine. He got in there.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably can. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, probably with the wood. He can climb up the wood.
Wow, he's huge.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Here.
My gosh.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Darn it, I keep on the phone.
Are you trying to get him removing the sun?
I'm just trying to see if he'll rattle.
Oh. Those guys don't rattle.
No.
There's a first time for everything, and this is the very first time I have seen a rattlesnake down a mine shaft on some wood just above some water. It must have been extremely thirsty up here, or it was after some food. Now that the fun of the snake is gone, let's get to why we're here. Looking for pyrite. Now I am using the power of the sun to help me find pyrite by the reflection of pyrite. And I've spotted a piece already. Can you see it? It's right in front of me. There it is. And as I get closer to it, you'll see the reflection gets brighter and brighter. The sun is one of the greatest tools when you're out rock hounding. As long as the sun is at your back, whatever you want to find is going to be illuminated in front of you. And this guy's a beautiful piece of broken cubic pyrite. This is also known as vein or seam pyrite, and it is attached to a piece of quartz. Pyrite is a fairly common metallic mineral. It can be found most all over the world. The mineral it's most closely associated with is quartz, and one of the best places to look for it is old mining dump piles and pegmatites. One of the cool things that is associated with this mine in particular, it's not all just normal pyrite. See how some of it is almost like a whitish gray, not quite as shiny as normal pyrite? That's because some of this pyrite is arsenopyrite, which means instead of it being FeS2, it's FeASS. It has arsenic in the system. But don't worry, I'm not going to suck on it and die. Now let's talk about some fun facts about pyrite. If pyrite is struck with a piece of metal, it will emit sparks. They used to use it in old-time muskets in order to set off the gunpowder by striking it with a piece of metal. Crazy! And just about everybody knows that pyrite is referred to as fool's gold because the color is noticeably similar to that of a gold nugget. Now, pyrite is often associated with gold mining and can even be used as gold ore. The extraction process for gold out of pyrite is crushing it and then using cyanide in order to leach out the gold to put it in solution, or crushing it up into a fine powder and actually panning the gold out of the pyrite. Now, that sounds like a pain in the butt to me. In the gold mining industry, sometimes as a byproduct, they can extract sulfur from the pyrite. And when you come across a lot of old dump piles like this, you'll notice that a lot of the quartz rocks are stained like that yellowish, kind of brownish orange color. This is due because the pyrite is creating its own sulfuric acid. This occurs when meteoric water, or aka rainwater, hits the pyrite and starts to oxidize with the pyrite. This starts to leach out the sulfur from the iron, thus creating its own sulfuric acid. Okay, pause for the facts at the moment. Sometimes when you're on these places, you can find awesome other minerals. This is molybdenite. This is pretty freaking sweet. So molybdenum is most often associated with copper mining, but it is fairly common to find on different mining sites. Molybdenite is used as an industrial lubricant. It's also used in strengthening steel alloys, and in its purest form, molybdenum C, also known as moly C, is used in surgical steel.
Isn't that pretty?
Wow, that's a nice stain.
Look at that. It's almost like copper in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. That's because that looks like chalcopyrite, to be honest.
Look at all the mineralization on this.
Isn't that cool?
Now this looks really, really promising to break open, so let's see what's inside. Alright, I am determined to get this massive rock out, and holding the camera with one hand and trying to use the pick in the other hand was not working out so well for me, but I am tenacious and I got that little sucker out.
That's kind of cool. Let's get a sledgehammer and smack it open. Alright, we have it here. Let's see if we can hit it, smack it, see if anything cool is inside. Oh yeah! Look at that! How awesome! Man, you wouldn't think that that was inside of that rock right there without smacking that sucker open. Look how pretty that is! Holy cow! Look at that. This is the outside of it. Just stunning. Oops. Sometimes you smack things a little too hard, but you know, once you break, shake off all the stuff. Look at that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Good find right there.
One of the cool things about going to this mine, this is like the third time I've seen a flyby by jets.
Nice little flyby. Alright, I found some blue microcline. You can see that really pretty blue color. Hopefully, if it focuses.
Again, my one-handed attempts are almost futile. I said almost.
Whoa, so it went flying everywhere, but look at that. See that light blue? See that light blue right there? Come off of this light blue right here. Look at that. Yeah. That's awesome.
Now this is interesting. This is a mixture of pyrite with a muscovite or phyllic alteration. Some people do refer to it as a sericitic alteration as well. But it basically gives you this really beautiful mica sort of glitter, and it makes the rock a little bit more brittle and easier to break. But on the fresh surface, you can really see how shiny everything is. There's even some cubic pyrite inside of this one. You can see the imprints. Funny thing is, this type of mica, if there's enough iron staining on it, can also be confused as fool's gold. But when you're putting it in your pan and you're actually panning it out as if you were to pan for gold, muscovite is going to float and eventually just skim right off the top of the water. But I love finding a good alteration in the field. Something I found also pretty fascinating was this piece of microcline right here with its odd little shape. These are definitely a couple pieces that I took home with me.
Alright, they're super interesting. Well, I obliterated that. So it looks to me like we have like some galena sphalerite going on. In that big old chunk. Super tarnished, but really heavy. You can see it's got really good cleavage on the side. I'm hoping the camera's picking up this beautiful blue that's reflecting off of this, or refracting. This is called argilorescence. And it can happen to different minerals. It gets this beautiful coating, but it's the way that the light refracts off of it. It creates that really pretty blue color. This guy's gonna look like. Oops. Oh, hair's in the way, and I probably shouldn't do that right now. Bye. Look at that. All that popped open, all that stuff's been weathering out. Big old piece. Pop that one more time. Ooh. That's pretty neat. And that big old guy's in there. Wow. Man, that's pretty cool looking.
Now this stuff was a trip. I'm not exactly sure what it was. It was kind of stuck onto that rock. I'd loosened it up just a little bit before I started filming it, but decided to pop it off. This stuff was like really soft and powdery. It didn't have any smell, and it was kind of associated along wooden planks that were coming out of this dump pile. I don't know if it was just a buildup of the runoff of sulfur and it stayed there in association with the wood. I've never really seen it before. So to me, it was a mystery, and I loved it. Still haven't figured out what it is though.
And actually the pyrite formed first and the quartz came in after. That's why you have these little square edges around all of the pieces of pyrite. And that sun goes away and makes it way more difficult to see all the shiny pieces. It's a pretty heavy chunk. A lot of this stuff has been leached a lot by itself, so it breaks apart. But it looks really cool. There's some of that really, really beautiful blue microcline. I'll turn the camera around so you can see it better. It's got some great little crystals in that. Even like during its cooling, it shifted, so you get that step. That is an awesome piece. I hope that cleans up really well.
So I wanted to let you guys know that more than half the fun of rock hounding to me is just going out and being out there with the rocks. Not to sound like any more of a nerd than I already am, but I rarely take home anything that I show you guys on camera. I really love just being out there in the wilderness, in the desert, with the rocks, and looking for stuff. You never know what you're going to find, and I love the peace that comes with this. I can build myself up, nobody's there to run me down or tell me that I'm doing it wrong, and I just have a great time. And I would like to thank you all so much for watching my videos, for all of your continued support, for following me on this incredible journey that I'm on. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. I am eternally grateful. It's been a hell of a wild ride so far. After my small moment of peace over here, I turned around and found the coolest thing of the day. Check this sucker out. Of course, after I give the ground one last look, just in case I'm missing something even better.
All right, so I have blue microcline with pyrite. Isn't that sweet? That's absolutely awesome to me. I haven't found that yet before. That'll clean up really nice. I hope you guys enjoyed finding a little bit of pyrite today. Thank you so much for coming along on my adventure, and I'll see you on the next one.